East KILBRIDE, 1960. They didn't know it at the time, but the murderer they were after was Britain's first serial killer. And he had been strangling women all through the decade of the 50s. Desperate to pin the psychopath, the detectives accosted the father of Peter Lamont on the local bus and took him into the station for questioning. Meanwhile, they held Peter, his son, in a Category 3 prison. This meant that he would share a cell with one other inmate, and the cell was about the size of an average bathroom. Peter was a rather nasty piece of work, but he did know his rights, and he also took advantage of earned privileges. He was entitled to up to 12 books to keep in his cell, and 2 more if one was a Bible and the other was a dictionary. Peter chose books on the law. He was also entitled to, and this is still the case today, to have 1 musical instrument to keep in his cell. This could be a guitar or a flute. Peter asked if he could get a piano, but that request was declined. When his trial came up, Peter defended himself and was successful. He was acquitted, but it was really a not proven verdict due to a lack of solid evidence. The judge said that he was very much impressed by his skills of debate and knowledge of criminal law, and so Peter was freed, and he carried on killing and turned to strangling young boys for gratification. In 1978, someone spiked my drink in a hotel in Jamaica Street, Glasgow. I became disorientated and wandered around like a zombie for the next 7 hours. On several occasions I lay, face down, in puddles, in cobblestoned lanes. My body wasn't functioning very well, but my mind was lucid. And so I could hear people stepping over me and making comments as I lay there. When I managed to actually get on my feet and attempted to orientate myself, I became aware that people were staring at me wide-eyed and then quickly looking away. What I hadn't realised was that I was totally caked in mud, and it was all over my face too. Finally, I slept overnight on the forecourt of Queen Street Station. During my aimless shuffling around the centre of Glasgow on that Friday evening, I was approached by Peter, now in his mid-50s. I was 18. He asked me if I wanted to come back to his place where "we can get you cleaned up and you can have a coffee," he said. He was well dressed, well spoken, and looked quite respectable, and he was pretending to be a good Samaritan. I declined his offer. Something deep in my core protected me that evening.